I wanted to show the quick cooker to you guys and walk you through a couple of the different settings that are on there and tell you what I use it for the most, and give you an idea on some of these accessories that you can get as well. So right now it's just plugged in, but I'm not cooking anything in it right now. There's the noise you'll get when you're opening it up. And the great thing about the safety features on ours is, of course, that the button to release the steam is way over here. It's nowhere near where the steam is coming out, so you don't have to worry about your safety, about getting burned or anything like that. So it's nice that it's like 4 or 5 inches away from that. So, and of course that jingle that you heard, that indicates that you can open it. If it's pressurized, you wouldn't be able to budge the lid. So in here right now, I have the ceramic pot. You can use this to cook, gosh, you can do potatoes, you can do rice, you can do beans, you can do like a bunch of different sides, asparagus, whatever it is you want to cook for a side. And then in the bottom, because this will sit on top of this trivet in there, so you've got some space below, you could be cooking chicken or pork, some things like that, fish if you like as well. And then of course, you've got the inner pot that you can cook in on its own if you don't want to use an extra piece. It comes out very easy for cleanup as well. So perhaps you want to do a bunch of potatoes and then maybe some sausage, doing the Oktoberfest recipe. That's what you would do. You could do a whole bunch of potatoes in this basket, and you could do some sausage above it and cook them at the same time in there, just like that, with a cup of liquid below. Another accessory that we have is this one here is the stackable steaming rack. So you can fit a bunch of eggs on here. You can do 12 eggs on each one of these. You can fit 2 of these at a time inside here. You would put in the one and then lower in the second one, and it rests on top. You can also put 3 of the 1 cup prep bowls on each level as well, and have egg cups cooking or cornbreads cooking, puddings. You can do anything in the little 1 cup bowls. And then on the other side here, let's see. Oh, and we do have a springform pan as well. I just realized I didn't pull that one out. So you can do your cheesecake. I've shared a cheesecake recipe with you guys, and you can see that is the springform pan that you would have seen. But we also have a fluted cake pan, so you can do another dessert. I've done a delicious pumpkin cream cheesecake in here in the quick cooker. So yeah, you can just see there's so many different accessories that you can use in addition to the quick cooker. But what about all the settings on here? So the first setting is sear, so you can put it on sear. It gets hot right away, like 30 seconds later, it's nice and hot. You can be cooking up ground beef, you can do onions, you can do any, like compotes, you could do all kinds of things on the sear function. Sear all the sides of a roast, and then turn it to the roast setting and finish cooking your roast. Another section is the steam. So you could steam the eggs, you can steam vegetables in the baskets, you could steam the like a butternut squash. Let me show you. On this stand, this piece here, which comes with the quick cooker, all the other accessories are in addition, but this one comes with the quick cooker. You could put a butternut squash, cut it in half and have the seeds out and put it on top of this inside there, and it would steam that. You just put your liquid in. You can do ribs in here with the steamer rack, with this rack if you want. You could do 6 eggs on here. They will rest on top of these and not fall through. You could fit 6 of them there. If you're going to do a lot of eggs, then I definitely recommend this steamer rack. It's very helpful. So lots of different things you can do on the steam setting. Slow cook, you can use this in place of a slow cooker, so that's fantastic to be able to utilize just one. It is quicker than a regular slow cooker. I'll just tell you that right off the bat. It's kind of like a high setting of a slow cooker, not a low setting. Proof setting is for things like your doughs. My pizza dough normally takes 2 hours of rising time, like my nice good yeasty one that's super chewy and delicious. I'll do it in half an hour in here as opposed to 2 hours of rising time outside of the quick cooker. My artisan bread recipe that I like to make is about an 18-hour rising time, but it's only 3.5 hours in the proof on here. You can also do yogurts. I haven't made homemade yogurt yet. It's one of the things that's on the list, and I'll eventually try that out, but I haven't done it yet. So there's, yeah, anything you can do with proofing there. The next setting is chicken and poultry. So your chicken teriyaki rice, you can do that with the rice in the ceramic pot that I was showing you. You can do all your different chicken recipes, all your favorite chicken recipes you can do on the chicken setting. Whenever you have a setting on, so let me just show you something. There we go. If I'm gonna, because I can't go through any of these functions until the lid is on. So if I go to chicken, I don't know if you can see this screen very well, probably not, but it's defaulted to 15 minutes and high pressure. So if I need to change the time, I push the time button and I can go up with the up button, or I can go down with the down button to adjust the time on any of the settings. So they start at a default and then you can adjust if you need. If you're not sure what setting to do or what time to do, the quick cooker comes with this fantastic book as well. So I'll walk you through this in a minute, but this will give you a lot of answers to those questions because there's charts in here for different meats and vegetables and grains and beans and everything like that. So after the chicken, then the next setting is pork and beef. So I do my roast. So I actually did, I do have the rock crock and I made a roast yesterday, a beef dip roast in my slow cooker, but I had it on slow in my slow cooker. And I'm so used to this one that I was like, oh yeah, 3 hours is long enough. No, 3 hours is not long enough on low in a regular slow cooker. So here I'm like, oh, I kind of want to eat dinner and it's like, it's not ready, right? The roast is only 100 degrees. So I put it, I was like, okay, I'm going to the quick cooker. I need to just finish this up. And so I took the roast out and put it in here and poured the juice all on top of it. And I put it for 20. It wasn't quite done in 20. I had to put it in for a few more minutes. So it was less than 30 minutes and it finished the roast for me. So it was great because of course then I've got everything nice and hot in here. I should have just stuck with the quick cooker to begin with. I have done a whole roast in like 45 minutes though, from start like to finish, which is amazing. So I could have just done that. The fish and seafood, it's a lower pressure for that one. So I was worried about the fish being stuck to the bottom, but it wasn't. It was cooked beautifully and perfectly. Soup and stock. So you can make your own stock, take your chicken carcasses, you get those rotisserie chickens, just keep those in the freezer and then make your own stock if you want. It's really, really easy. It might sound too Martha Stewart-y, but I promise you it's super easy. You literally throw those in frozen. You can fit 2 of them in there quite easily. Before I freeze them, I just kind of make sure they're a little bit flat and while they're still warm and easy to maneuver, and just kind of squash them flat a little bit. And then throw in like a couple chunks of onion, some celery stalks, whatever you've got for vegetables, just to add some extra flavor to your stock. And then 30 minutes and you've got your own homemade chicken stock. Might as well use up what you've got, right? It's a really great way to keep your budget slim. And if you're gonna make a soup, just like cooking up a soup, it's super delicious in there. I've done a potato chowder in like 7 minutes in there. It's so good. White rice is defaulted to 4 minutes for white rice. Brown rice defaults is 15 minutes. However, you need to let it stay on warm for another 10. So brown rice, the time is cut in half at least. Instead of it being an hour, it's 25 minutes altogether, and it's really good. I used to think I didn't like brown rice, but it turns out I never cooked it enough. So it's quite good in here. I don't mind it at all. Whole grains and beans, you've got different settings for those. I don't really cook a lot of beans or anything, but they're here and they're covered in the guide, so you could certainly, lots of people do use those. Stew and chili, so it's very similar to the soup stock setting. However, it's defaulted to a longer time. So seriously, 40 minutes, the best stew you will ever have. The meat, even if it's just the cheap cut of stewing beef from Costco that's not really terribly tender, it is fork fall apart perfect after 40 minutes with that. I love it. And dessert. So I talked about the dessert a little bit earlier. The cheesecakes are fantastic. The bundt cakes, the fluted cakes there, so great. So the quick cooker is amazing. I love using this in the kitchen. I love the safety features the most. Oh, one thing I didn't. The carrying handles are on the base like that. So it's nice and safe to carry around. It's not a handle at the top that you might pick up and accidentally dislodge the lid and then have the whole piece fall open, which was terrible if you were to drop it. It has a keep warm, so once it's done whatever cycle it's doing, it will go to keep warm and stay that way. You can do a delay start. So if you've got, you know, you want to steam, but you want to delay it by 30 minutes is the lowest amount of delay, then you can delay the starting. So if you're, you know, sometimes on a Saturday afternoon, you want to go out and do some fun things with the kids, but you want dinner to be ready when you get back, you can just delay the start and then whatever it is you're going to make, and then away you go. It's all going to be ready for you. So there's lots of great things, pressure, custom, all of that you can be mucking around with once you're comfortable with it. But I just recommend using all the defaulted settings for the first little while till you're used to it. And don't forget about this fantastic guide. I seriously use this guide all the time. So what is in here is your beans and legumes. So it gives you all the different kinds here and the different times that you want to do them. So if you've got your split yellow or green beans, it only takes 10 minutes, no pre-soaking, right? You don't have to soak these overnight or anything. All of your beans are in here, okay? Your grains and rice. So again, a nice big list of all the grains and rice that you've got there. So you've got your barley and your couscous and steel cut oats, white rice, basmati rice, brown rice, all that good stuff. And then you've got all your vegetables, a bunch of different kinds of vegetables, how big they're cut and how long to cook them for. Meat and poultry is all covered by, you got beef, pork, chicken, turkey, and it goes by the weight, whether you're cooking from fresh or cooking from frozen. So it really walks you through quite easily how to do anything you want to cook. So, and then a whole bunch of different recipes in here as well to get you started. So I hope you guys will love the quick cooker as much as I do. And if you have any questions, please let me know. Thanks.